economics in hand, and a disdain for quotidian political misrepresentation of economic reality, there is plenty to shout about for the armchair. In the next 5 to 7 minutes, Chris will ground down the political rhetoric over the lost U.S. manufacturing jobs and question whether or not we really want them back. Chris's evidence-based research will arm you to ask relevant and coherent questions about economic, political pitches. This fact-based research or speech is titled Elmer Fudd on Jobs. Which way did they go? Please join me in welcoming Chris Coachella.
Yeah, thank you.
Bring back the jobs. Make America great again. Bring those jobs back home. Who of you have heard one of these political statements recently? A few people haven't. They've been checked out somewhere. It's hard to disagree with statements like that. Bring back jobs. Losing jobs to another country is bad. So clearly bringing those jobs back is good, right? Before we jump to any conclusions, let's go through a few facts. Just to be clear, we are talking about manufacturing and factory jobs. These jobs range in pay from a low of $25,000 a year, two-dimensional paper, to $60,000 a year. The poverty level is $11,880 a year for a family of one, and $24,250 for a family of four. Note that the lowest paying manufacturing jobs are just above the poverty level. Manufacturing job facts. NAFTA in 1984, the North American Free Trade Agreement, did not take manufacturing jobs away from the United States. It increased manufacturing jobs in the United States, and since 1994, there have been 25 million new jobs added to the United States. In the year 2000, manufacturing and factory jobs went off a cliff. Since 2000 to now, we have lost 5 million manufacturing and factory jobs. So, as Elmer Fudd said, which way did they go? A study in 2013 in the American Economic Review showed that 4 million of those 5 million jobs were lost due to automation. You know, robots, mechanization, that improve the manufacturing process, that put people out of work. Those jobs were not offshored, but they were lost due to automation, due to progress. 1 million of those jobs were lost to overseas manufacturing, mostly in China. Recent trends. Since 2010, we have had an increase of 1 million manufacturing and factory jobs in the United States. The quality of those jobs is also higher, resulting in an increase in wages of 10%. Why is this happening? There's a trend now for reshoring. So instead of offshoring jobs, those jobs are reshoring and coming back to the United States for a variety of reasons. Businesses finding it better to bring them back because Labor costs overseas, particularly China again, are up. There's low quality overseas of complex manufacturing, making complicated machines or other goods, and they're finding it better to bring those jobs back and do the quality manufacturing here. And overall, automation is up. So the savings gained by cheaper labor is smaller, and therefore it's easier to have the jobs here and not worry about the competition of lower cost labor overseas. But those million jobs are largely lost. Lost to automation, and some of them lost to lower cost labor overseas, producing products like clothing, small electronics like toasters, and other consumer goods. So we need to ask a couple questions. Are losing those jobs, is that bad? Do we want those jobs back? Do we want to bring them back to this country? First of all, I have no idea what it's like to be a displaced factory worker. I cannot imagine the pain and the hardship that that causes. Despite that, though, it's still a relevant question of do we want these jobs back? The economic reality is that everyone in this room and everyone across the country benefits from lower cost products, potentially better made products by having the right producer make them, whether that's overseas or here. We all benefit. The wealth of this country goes up. That's a small consolation to a factory worker that is having trouble making ends meet, though. The benefits are diffuse across all the people of the country, but the pain is concentrated on those displaced workers. So is the question really bringing back these low-paying, marginal jobs slightly above the poverty level? I don't think so. I think the real question is, how do we as a country, with our collective wealth from this process, take care of those workers displaced as we pursue that wealth? Thank you.